Hey everybody, another day of great games, and what a day it was. Crazy. I hate being wrong, but Norway proved me wrong. I had thought Brazil was starting to grow in this tournament, that they would win, but Brazil ended up losing 2-1 to Norway, unfortunately. Wow, this was a crazy game too. It was good to watch. I couldn't believe what was happening, partially. Essentially, these are two very good teams. Brazil went up. Well, they didn't go up. They could have gone up through a penalty that for some reason Bruno Guimaraes took. I would have bet. I put money that Vinny was going to score that and take that penalty. I have no idea why Bruno Guimaraes. I know Ancelotti said that they did the statistics and analysis, and Guimaraes is a better penalty taker, but still, it's it's a World Cup. Vinicius has been scoring almost every game. He's in form. Should be taking that penalty, I think. But it is what it is. Um, and then as the game progressed, I think it was very back and forth. Obviously, the game did start with the offside from Norway, which was, I think, that was first warning signs that the Brazil needs to be careful. This is a good team. Um, this is um, crazy. The So we had the offside from Norway, and then we moved into the missed penalty from Guimaraes, and after that, it was just a lot of back and forth until Haaland scored the first goal. Amazing goal! His I can't. It's crazy how efficient he is with such little opportunities and how with so little touches. He is he's honestly a monster. He's just so good at scoring. It's insane. He's tied for top scorer now with Messi and Mbappe, which is insane. Seeing that out of those three teams, Norway has the least amount of quality and least amount of like big name players, I would say. Overall, Holland scores the first. Holland scores the second outside of the box by himself with three defenders around him. Outside of the box, just says whatever. I'm gonna take this and just shoots it and scores perfectly in the corner. Allison couldn't do anything through the legs of the Brazilian defender. Honestly, I know I saw a lot of social media being like Gabriel versus Holland because of the Arsenal Man City duels that they've had, but honestly, Holland, I don't think there is any duels. I think Holland is always winning that battle. I don't think Gabriel is. I think he might be slightly overrated sometimes, but wow. So from there, we after that second goal, we had some substitutions. We had Endrick come on. Well, before that, we had Endrick come on. We had other players come on. We had Neymar come on, which was such a weird substitution for this type of game. I love Neymar, but he's past it. He's finished. He's not effective like he used to be. And Endrick, I don't know what happened to him. They had a clear opportunity to score with Endrick as well, one on one against the goalkeeper, and goes with his left and misses the target completely. Awful shot. I don't know why he didn't just go around the keeper to the right and then just shoot it from there. There's so many things he could have done, but he didn't. It was bad. It was a golden opportunity for Brazil, and they did not take it. Um, it's unfortunate. This Brazil's team has been underwhelming, and it's really sad to see the downfall of this country and this nation from playing the beautiful game that they've always played. I think Neymar is the last of that generation. Back when Neymar used to be healthy, he was so fun to watch. His tricks, his skills, his ability to score, be in the right place, his assisting, everything. He was just an amazing player to see. It's unfortunate how he ruined his career a little bit. I don't think he should have ever went to PSG. Shouldn't have went to Saudi Arabia as early as he did. I think he still could have challenged himself in a different league before going, and then now in Brazil. Um, it's tough. The Brazil squad selection was also rough. You had João Pedro who didn't come. Igor Thiago didn't do anything. Had a horrible first game. From there on, Cunha played, but Cunha's not really a nine all the time. He plays on the left for United. I think I see him more as a 10. It's all over the place. I don't think this team has a clear identity. They play a little bit more defensive than they should. Ancelotti's, well, that's the type of manager he is, but it's disappointing. I expected them to win this game and show the world that they are still potential contenders, potential, not winners. But mm-mm, Norway beat them, and now Norway's looking like a scary team to play. Whoever has to play them in the next game, which ended up being England, I believe. I'll check in a second. But the point is, yes, it is England. Um, the point is, great game. There was a penalty at the end, a foul on Casemiro, an elbow to the face. I think that was the right decision. Um, then Neymar comes up, scores a penalty. There's no time left at that point. We're 2-1 up. And then that's it. That's all she wrote. Brazil are out. Neymar ended up crying the last World Cup. Sad to see such a great player finish his career in the way he did. Um, would have loved to seen him in one World Cup. I think the opportunity slipped in 2014, and again in other years. But what can you do? This Brazil team has. It's not the same. There are some standout players, of course, but if you look back at it, even going back to that 2014 team, you had Marcelo, Thiago Silva, Marquinhos might have still been there, or it might have been Miranda. I'm forgetting. And then on the right side, you had Dani Alves. You still had such great players. You had this is where it gets a little off. You had Hulk, of course. You didn't have a striker at the time. Now you have a couple options, and on the left you have Neymar. In the midfield, you had a much better Casemiro, and you had a lot of different players that you just see, and those names are just amazing. Um, it's unfortunate, but they don't produce those types of players anymore. Danilo has been a solid player for a long time, but he's old. Douglas Santos came from the Russian league. He was okay. Gabriel is a solid defender. He's really good, but I don't think he's world class. Marquinhos is good, but he's aging. Casemiro's old. He can't run like he used to. Guimaraes, he's a solid player as well, but he's not that creative midfielder. Paqueta, who's on there? Paqueta's okay, but Paqueta isn't a world class player. Martinelli is a second string winger. Vinicius is the only player that's explosive and dynamic and exciting, but you can't depend. Having just one of those isn't enough. Cunha is a solid player. I like him. He's a very solid player, but he's not he's not enough. Ryan did good for his showing. It would have been nice to see Esteval if it wasn't for the injury. Could have probably brought some more into this game. Really surprised Endrick didn't play as well as he did when he was given the opportunities. I think he was disappointing. Allison, I feel for Allison. Maybe this might be his last World Cup. Maybe he'll have one more in him. Goalkeepers tend to last a little bit longer. Allison's a very good goalkeeper. I have no issues with him nor his performances. But it's a shame. And I think we have to also congratulate a lot the Norwegian team. Sorloth playing on the right has been playing well. Odegaard playing really well now. Berg and Berge from Fulham and Bodo Glimt. Nusa from RB Leipzig. Reverson, Dortmund, Ayer, I believe Brentford, and then Hagen. Hagen, I believe, plays in Italy for Bologna. Yes, and then Mullerwolf, who plays for Wolves, their second option, and Nealand, who had an amazing game this game. If Holland is not the man of the match, Nealand would be the other option, I think, for this game. Nealand, the Norwegian goalkeeper, played amazing. What a game he had! It was a sight to see. There was that situation where there was almost the own goal, and he came out and just got it out with his fingertips, and it was impressive. He made a lot of big saves. I think he also had the penalty stop. Great game for him. So now Norway moves on, and I think when I was looking at it between Mexico and England, I see this Norwegian team having what it takes to beat both of them. I'm excited to see that game. I think they're more built to play an England team than a Mexico team. I think you, of course, you have a lot of players playing in the Premier League in this Norway team. You have Odegaard and his teammate Declan Rice, Holland playing in for Man City. You have Berge playing for Fulham, Meyer in Brentford, and Nyland used to play in Aston Villa, and Muller Wolf at Wolves. These are all players that know this league very well, and I think they match up to the physicality better. And I also see, honestly, England's defenders struggling with containing Holland. It's going to be tough. He has his teammate Mark Gahey and John Stones on that other side. I don't know if Stones will play because of the red card that happened in the England Mexico game, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited to see what that game will look like. But this concludes the first game. Brazil lose to Norway 2-1. Norway advances. Congratulations to them. This is the furthest they've ever made it, I believe, in the tournament, and I think they have potential to make it take it one step further. Now, next game we have the Mexico England game. Um, oh wow, this was something. This was a crazy game. This was exciting. This was fun. I enjoyed it thoroughly. So much happened. So much. I didn't think this game was going to be as close as I thought it would be. Um, I thought as I know the altitude and the fans and blah blah blah, the Azteca. I think good players will always shine in good situations, and I think it showed. Whenever England scored the first goal and then rapidly scored the second goal, 2-0, I was like, this is going to be a bloodbath. England started off well. They handled the all the factors that were and obstacles put in front of them, and they handled it very very well. And then they had the unfortunate. There was a set piece, came off the defender, bounced right in front of Quinones in front of goal. He scores. The Colombian had an excellent World Cup too in this year. I think he scored 4 in 5 matches, which was insane. Amazing World Cup for him. Mexico's best player is a Colombian, which is hilarious. Um, he did great, and he scored. So Jude Bellingham with those 2 goals, amazing pass from Harry Kane, and then Bellingham with the other goal assisted by Saka, that header, amazing. So and then Quinones, like I was saying, Quinones scored that goal, and then you felt the momentum shift. You felt the stadium get loud. It was quiet for a while after those. It was 2-0, but you felt it. Everything shifted. Fans started cheering, and then they started to build momentum. You can see that they were starting attacking more. They started to push more. You felt it. And I would say going into halftime, going 2-1 against England, I think they still had a chance. As much as I wanted to see Mexico eliminated for obvious reasons, um, England needed to be careful. They definitely did. We move on to the second half, and oh man, what a second half that was. So much. The ref wasn't amazing, neither was the VAR, but there were so many situations that were crazy. So we move on to that game, and we we have a we have a long ball from Pickford that just gets to Anthony Gordon, who I thought Anthony Gordon was actually pretty decent this game. Um, and he wins that. Actually, it goes to Harry Kane, and Harry Kane passes it off to I think it was Anthony Gordon. And then he gets the penalty as the Mexican goalkeeper fouls him when he was through on goal. Obviously not a yellow card, but Gordon gets the penalty and Harry Kane converts. He was never missing that penalty. And then we go 3-1 and Mexico is back down. They are in a tough situation. Um, they they look they look like they were probably going out. And then afterwards we get another crazy decision. The VAR looks, Harry Kane kicks the underside of Gutierrez's foot whenever they were in the box, and Mexico gets a penalty. Raul Jimenez converts. Pickford goes the right way, I believe, but he took a step to the other way direction, and then went to go for the save, and as a result, did not reach the ball. So Jimenez scores the penalty. Now we're 3-2. Again, you feel the momentum shifting. Everything's happening for them. And then comes the foul. Kwanzaa gets a bit of the ball, but goes over the ball and completely studs up on the Mexican player. Um, Unfortunately, that was a red card, 100% red card. I have no disagreements with that. Good call. And now England has to play 10 men in the altitude with the and against a team that's really going for it with that home field advantage, and it's exhausting. They're tired, and they had to play what 40 minutes of 30 minutes of regulation time and 11 minutes added extra time, which was insane. Was stupid. There was so much, but 40 minutes down a man, and they handled it. Excellent substitutions from Thomas Tuchel. He brought on Dan Burn, put in John Stones. He really shut up shop and knew what was coming, and knew what the team needed, and they played to survive, keep the lead, and they did so. There was really not many opportunities. Some substitution. I don't know why he took off Quinones on the Mexican side. They brought on an extra striker, but they were crossing the ball, and honestly, the defenders that did come on, John Stones and Dan Burn did amazing. Other players did very well. Defensively, as a unit, they fought. They played amazing. Jude Bellingham was, I think, the highlight of this game. Scoring the 2 goals, doing amazing offensively, and then defensively, running. I've never seen a guy he looked exhausted. He looked so tired, but yet he still was pushing and still was going for the win. Amazing performance from him. He was exhausted. He looked dead in the game, but he was still going. So they were able to withstand the Mexican cross onslaught and hold on to this victory. And that's how the game finishes. 11 minutes extra time on top, which was crazy. I think that was a lot of time for. I think there was a little bit of favoritism there to give Mexico another chance. But anyhow, Mexico had their opportunities. England was down a man, had all the chances. Could have done better with the substitutions. I wouldn't have taken off Quinones. I think he was their most lively player. Crosses from their fullbacks weren't the best, but they're trying what they're trying. Overall, England impressed me. England very much impressed me, and it's going to be a great game against Norway. Um, if England beats Norway, we got to start talking about them being considered for that final. It's insane to see to say that. Um, I'm wondering how it'll be because potentially, obviously, I know it's early, but they would play, in my opinion, the winner of Argentina versus Colombia. So that'll be an insanely tough game too. Either team would really really push this England team. So we'll see. So that rounds it up. Amazing games today. Good job to all the teams involved. Everyone played amazingly. Played uh, to the best of their abilities. We have Norway moving on to play England in the quarterfinals. So, all right. Thank you, everybody. I will catch you on the next video.